relationship with you. All financial vehicle has a strong relationship with you. And that's, of course, with you. So, we have with you. And that relationship is called a transactional relationship. What do you call it? Transactional relationship. So, the only relationship any company has with you, or bank or government, is to pay salary. You can actually survive. Tell survive. You can earn a living. Tell not earn a living. So if your wahala is to survive, okay, you don't have any problem at all. Yet find something to do to survive. Find something to do to earn a living. But please don't stop surviving. Don't stop earning living. Move to the next level. Tell the next level. The next level, next dimension is a dimension of significance, dimension of impact, transformational dimension. So all you need to do to start living a transformational life, to start living a significant life, an impactful life as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, Oga, is to connect with some level of people who are moving in the direction of your interest in life. And we call them mastermind mentors. What do you call them? Mastermind mentors. So every mastermind mentors must have experience. They know experience. They must have a system. They know system. They should be able to do some millionaire skills. They know millionaire skills. Those millionaire skills are problem-solving skills. What do I call them? Problem-solving skills. They solve problems every day. Entrepreneurs that are making money. Number 2 is called leadership skills. What do you call it? Leadership skills. These are all enabled skills. Everything rises and falls on leadership. Number 3 is called people management skills. Number 4, emotional intelligence skills. Number 5, personal self-awareness skills. So you're supposed to go there, learn all these skills as an entrepreneur to actually go and build people. Tell people. To actually go and contribute to lives and build a team. Tell team. To build an organization like MTN, Globe, Etisalat, Monty Suite, White Beach Hotel, and to go and build a community, whether Christian community, or entrepreneurs community, or business community, or build a system for yourself. That's where you can build a business family. What I call them, business family. So you can see that this relationship is different from this other one. This one is called significant relationship, or you call it a transformational relationship. What I call it? Transformational relationship. So you're going to live a transformational life. You actually transform yourself and transform others, because you can never, wealth does not exceed personal development, and your team can never outgrow you. The moment you stop growing, the team stop growing. The moment you keep growing, everything around you will keep growing. So you can see that this is the most important part of life. Most human beings are working on surviving alone. I will find work, I will work, get paid. That's what they're looking for, career. They're working on that. But the career of the career is not being worked upon. So you have to grow yourself, because formal education can earn you a living, but self-education will earn you a fortune. Tell a fortune. This is how to earn a fortune. This relationship gives you a fortune. You are looking forward to earn a fortune in life, residual income. The kind of money you make because you've done something right once. That is called residual income. Tell residual income. Ambassador Divine, help me do the light now. What is the problem with the light? Are you sure? Go and check it again. Thank you. It's taking too longer time. We need light right now. So looking at this is called a transformational relationship. So we have 2 factors in life. Only 2 factors. Number 1 is called contributing factor. Number 2 is called determining factor. What do I call them? Contributing factor and what? Determining factor. Whatever happens outside of you that you cannot control, the government, the dollar, the naira, the weather, the sun, the gravity, these are the factors: your father, your mother, your pastor, your bishop. Things you cannot control happening outside of you is called contributing factor. What do I call them? So the one that is happening, contributing factor, can slow you down, can delay you, but can never stop you from succeeding in life. So what stops men from succeeding is what is happening inside of men. It's called determining factor. What do I call them? This is what determines whether you succeed or not. Determining factor. So what determines your success is already happening inside of you. And there are about 2 of them. One is positive, one is negative. So the positive ones are the courage, the faith, the belief, the determination, the actions, and the meditation, the study life. These are the positive parts that happens inside of you that takes you to becoming successful. The negative things that is stopping men today are doubt, fear, anxiety, worry. And these are things that stop men. Mr. George, come. Thank you so much. So we have been talking about you every day, concentrating about you every day. You'll be fine. So we're talking about you every day and see how we can improve you. So we have a topic that we'll try and end today. It's called the power of choice. What did I say? The power of choice. So everybody has the power to make the best choice for himself, to decide. Tell not decide. You have the power to decide the life you want to live. You have the power to make the choice
of the kind of life you want to live, the people you want to impact, what you want to create. But most of us have not discovered it, you have not developed it, you have not deployed it. You are busy looking for every external factors that will help you, whether I'm the one that is not ready. So you have a brilliant brain to make decision as an entrepreneur. You have a brilliant brain. You have a brilliant brain to make decision. To make decision as an entrepreneur. So if you're not as an entrepreneur, to make the kind of money you want. So if you don't use your brain, okay, it's you that is not using your brain, because the brain was meant to be educated. The brain was meant to be trained. The brain was meant to be developed. So if you don't develop your brain, it will not give you the best it can offer. And if you develop a brain, you stretch the brain, it can never go back to original size. See, education is not just gathering and fact and information, but the capacity to train your mind to think. Capacity to think makes you an entrepreneur. So you're not thinking, okay, you cannot function as an entrepreneur. Because you know why? Everything you ever see, touch, feel in this life was once an idea in the mind of entrepreneur. Yes or yes? So if God gives you an idea, okay, the thing that you're not using it, okay, you're going to sabotage yourself. Pray from now to tomorrow. God will not come from heaven and do the things you are supposed to do for yourself. So God gives you everything for you to use your brain to think, for you to use your brain. So refusing to use your brain, you are sabotaging yourself. So we have some outlines that we have to cover. So the first outline is concept for the context. For the context. So we have been discussing this for some few days now. Number 2 outline means that the brilliant brain. Everybody have a brilliant brain. But if you don't know it, you don't develop it, you don't discover it, you don't develop it, you don't deploy it, it will not help you. The power of choice. The power of choice. God always gives us the power of choice, because he cannot give you responsibility without authority. Number 4, and it's called religion versus relationship. Religion versus relationship. So if you're in religion, it's a very bad thing to be there. You have to be in a relationship. You have to move. Now, what is your world that we are talking about? What is your world you are going to create? And when we started talking about we did a lot of justice by talking to us about that God actually created us to create our world. How are we sure? For those joining us for the first time, we told us, I've been seeing like some of you time, that God created 3 things in creation. He created the first one, the creation. How did he create creation in Genesis? He said, let there be light. He said, let there be what? Light. Let there be firmament. Let there be that. Number 2, God created the creatures. They're not creatures. God created the creatures. The first one is creation. The second one is creatures. How do you create creatures? He said, let the water bring forth its kind. Let the water bring forth its kind. Let the earth bring forth its kind. So trees and animals and all of that. Number 3 thing God created the creator. Can creator? Because he said, let us create man in our image and likeness. Let us create what? Man in our what? Image. Image of God is natural. It's not natural. And then likeness. It's not likeness. Likeness, you have to come through learning and training. So you want to function like God, because you're a creator. You have to learn. It's not learn. You have to train your brain. So tell your neighbor, I'm a creator. Why did God do this? We sing this like song every time. That God did this because God expects us. God, this is God. This is you. So God will never give you chairs and table. God doesn't do that. God give you tree. Tell not tree. God expects to use your mind to create a table and a chair from the tree. God will never give you effect. God, what God gives to every man is the cause. It's not cause. God never gives you fruit. What God gives to every man is the root. God never gives you what again? Yes. God doesn't give you things. God gives you thoughts. They're not thoughts. God doesn't give you items. God gives you ideas. They're not ideas. So by the time you're asking God, I need item, God doesn't answer like that. So you can wait for tables and chairs from tomorrow, because what God gives to man is everything comes in natural form. Crude oil must pass through fractional distillation. Your gold must pass through fire to shine. Your diamond must pass through pressure to shine. Your brain must pass through learning and training to shine. So God doesn't give you finished product because you are a creator. Say, I'm a creator. God gives you everything in raw material. Let's say pray the kind of prayer I don't understand. You're asking God to give you money. How? What God gives you is value, eternal value. God gives you ideas to create value, because it's ideas that used to create value, and money is a slave of value, eternal value. So until you create values in terms of product or services, you can have money. So asking God to give you money is like I'm saying, nobody's supporting me. See, empowerment means that you are being empowered to think. They give you power to take action, because the bridge between God and you, is action. Then action. The bridge here is called action. Then action. Action is a bridge between a tree and a chair. You must take action. Then action. Between a cause and effect is action. Then action. Between a root and a fruit is action. Then action. Between all the thoughts in your mind and the things you want to create is action. Then action. Between your ideas and the items you want to create action. If you like have $1 billion idea, don't take action. You die as a, of course you don't. That's why I do the power of choice, for you to actually make a choice to decide what I want to make a tree out of a tree or a table. So we have been discussing this, and we say, let us not be talking like we are talking like this. So let us take you back to the original intention of God for man. Let's go back to Genesis. I'm not a pastor, but your church is enough. Touch yourself, my church is enough. But when I'm talking about millions, about ideas, about entrepreneurship, let's go back and check what God's intention was. So you look at the scriptures in Genesis 2 verse 16. Genesis 2 verse 16 says, God created man and put him in the Garden of Eden and said, every tree, then on every tree, you shall freely eat. That means every and freely is an abundance word. The God spoke to man in a language of abundance. And abundance. He said, every tree shall freely eat. That means God wants man. That means apart from that one tree, then on one tree. Apart from that one tree that was in the middle of garden, every tree you shall freely eat. That means if Adam go and pick banana, is it apart from that one tree that was in the middle of garden, the tree of knowledge and of good and evil? Knowledge of what? Good and what? Evil, which is what I want to talk today. Now where will they go with this? If Adam picked every other tree that was many, the garden did not tell us how many trees was in the garden, but he only told us about one that you should not eat. That means if you eat banana, is it the will of God? If you eat pineapple, is it the will of God? Anything that is in the garden apart from this one, is it the will of God? If you eat any other thing, mango, pear, anything he wants to eat, is God's will for man. So as an entrepreneur, as far as you are doing something that is in the boundaries and of course parameters of God's will, that is God's will for your life. Stop telling yourself, am I sure whether I'm pleasing God or not? When you think that you're a double-minded man, a double-minded man is a man that he can explain things at the conscious level. It's not conscious level. Conscious level. This is called subconscious. Subconscious. Consciously you can say things, you can explain things, but conscious explained by what you do and your deeds. If what you say and what you do is different, you are a double-minded man. That's why people that say things excellently well, but the action is doing the wrong things. They cannot receive anything from the Lord. So with the same time, talk about the brilliant brain. That why would God give you a brain if He doesn't want you to think? To think. Number one, the job of man was to think. Then not think. Number two, make best choices. Number three, make decisions. Then not decisions. That was the man. The man was supposed to think, make best choices, and decide. How are we sure about that? We also went ahead to look at Genesis 2:16-17. When God put man to drink the garden, commanded him that he should name every animal, and whatever name Adam gave to the animal, that was the name thereof. That is using a brilliant brain. Then a brilliant brain. We discussed that. Use his brain because God gives him responsibility. And I told you yesterday that with responsibility comes with authority. That one side of the coin, this side is responsibility is responsible. God cannot give you responsibility without authority because He's going to hold you accountable. That's why God gave you a brain. God deposited in you giftings and ideas. Send you to the world for you to use that your gift and idea to improve the value of the world. In return, you make money. But most of us have not used our idea. There are books you never wrote, songs you never sing. That's why you're sitting down asking God to do for you. Why did God give you authority? So that you can decide. Cannot decide. Decide on the animals and you will name. Decide the tree. If Adam see lion and say you're a lion, from that day the name is lion. You're a horse. You're a pig, you're a dog, you're a goat. Adam was to name. And even the one that the first choice God made for first man, choosing Eve for Adam, because it wasn't God's responsibility to take care of Eve. It was man's responsibility, and man still fell. From that moment, God allowed us. He said, he that finds a wife found a good thing. That means you have to find. Tell not find. Not just wife, your ideas, your businesses. You are the one in charge because God gives you responsibility and authority so that you as an entrepreneur can decide whether you want to produce a chair, you want to produce clothes, you want to produce light, you want to produce electricity, internet, phone, anything you want to do, whether you are born again or not. Responsibility for man is to create. Tell not create. Man is a creator. Say, I'm a creator. Bill Gates invented Microsoft. Elon Musk, Tesla, Dangote, name them. Richard Branson, name them. These guys are creative beings like me and you. Why are we not creating? Because you don't know that you're a creator. Sometimes you know, but you don't even believe yourself to take action on your idea. So you are broke and poor because of ignorance. You're not ignorant. Ignorance is not a demon. What did I say? We cannot cast it out. What did I say? The only solution to ignorance is knowledge. Tell knowledge. That is why anybody that hates knowledge, run away from that person. I sing it like song in the book of Proverbs at 18 verse 20. It says, he that walk with the wise will be what? Wise. Companion of fools will be what? Destroy. That means working with a foolish person is to destroy your life. Not that you become foolish. Apart from, if the Bible says you be a foolish person, it did not say you will destroy your life. Who is a fool? Proverbs 1:22c. It says what? Fools hate knowledge. Fools do what? Hate knowledge. Anybody that hates knowledge is a very big fool. That's what the Bible says. So run away from people that don't want to study. Come to learn, they don't want to learn. Come and read book, they don't want to read book. You know what they tell you? Now book I go chop. Okay, I'm going to do something. Now book you chop, because man is supposed to understand himself to create. They not create. On Friday, I'll teach something about the called fourth dimension. Tell them fourth dimension. I'll teach you the first dimension, normal survival. Teach you, give you a long note, second dimension, just gathering external factor information to survive. I'll tell you the next dimension, which is called the third dimension. That means you are now working with knowledge. I'll tell you the fourth dimension, where you are supposed to create. Then not create. You are a creative being. Until you create, you cannot be fulfilled in life. You can have achievement to no wahala. You can have, of course, your dreams and passion, no wahala. But for you to be fulfilled in life, you must create. Then not create. That's why you can say a lot of people, they have cars, houses, but they're not fulfilled. They're working, feeling empty. Like I keep telling us, why do you need to create? Is that this is you, this is God's eye, this is God, this is for others. They're not others. So anything that is for you is called good idea. They're not good idea. Anything for other people is called God's idea. They're not God's idea. But when you create, you're not creating for yourself, you are creating for others, because the purpose of man is to create value. What is value? Anything that is useful to someone else other than you. If it is your idea, of course, it's called achievement. And achievement. For others, it's called fulfillment. And fulfillment. That means you are fully filled, satisfied. Yourself is called dream. Then a dream. You live for others, it's called destiny. Then a destiny. You live for yourself, it's called passion. Then a passion. You live for yourself, it's called purpose. Then a purpose. And then you live for yourself, it's called what again? I missed one here. Yes, for yourself, it's called career. Then a career. Pursue career for yourself is fine. Pursue career. Pursue career for yourself is fine. It's for yourself. Your children cannot inherit your certificate and your career, cannot inherit your position. But for others, it's called calling. Tell not calling. God wants to fulfill calling. Create things for other people. That is what makes life interesting. So your purpose is to create, connect, and do what? Contribute. So we went and talk about the power of choice. That when God gives you the power of choice, so that He can hold you responsible. That God cannot give you responsibility without authority. So you can make a choice on anything you want to embark on as an entrepreneur. Please don't think of anything, because when you are committed to the garden and the arena of God's will for your life, you have the freedom to choose. Then not choose, except one forbidden tree, which was outside the garden. That means every other thing is fine except that one tree. That one tree that is there is not God's will for your life, and we'll discuss that today. Though it was physically in the garden, but it was not God's plan for man to take from that tree. So God wanted a man to take every other thing and enjoy himself except that one, which we're going to discuss today. When you are committed to the garden of God's will, you have the freedom to decide to eat any fruit you want to eat, do everything you want to do. But that one, you should not go there. And I'll tell you why you should not go there. And that why many people are still going there today. So there are many things you could do right, only few things you could do wrong. Tell your neighbor, there are many things you could do right, only few things you could do wrong. That leads us to relationship. Then a relationship and religion. We discussed that yesterday, so I will just start from here. So yesterday I gave us 2 lines. I said that you should write on a note. You know that you are trapped in a religion and not in a blessed relationship. When there are so many things you could do wrong, and there are only few things you could do right, whether it's business relationship or marriage or friendship or anything you want to do. When your partner is looking at the wrong things you do, you can need someone, you cannot do this one. Every time he's finding fault, okay, quit. Don't even. This is not a matter of prayer and fasting. How you know you're in a blessed relationship that your partner is looking at your good part? Oh, my husband is fine, my wife is fine, you are looking at the good part, because love covers multitude of iniquity. Perfect love casts out fear. So when you are in a place you are still afraid. I will talk about that today. You are in the wrong place already. You are not at peace. You are in the wrong place already. You don't need fasting and prayer. All you need to take action. Take action. Tell them take a walk. You are not a tree. You don't need to call it. Move. They don't move. Take action. Stop telling me. When you have a double-minded, when you are having double-minded over anything, that is not where you're supposed to be. So man fell from the innocent, pure relationship into religion. When man fell from grace, he entered in religion. And because Before the fall of man, conversation with man and God were smooth, and they were living in abundance, safe and protected place of paradise. And God visited man frequently, and they were discussing in the cool of the evening. And when Adam fell from that innocent relationship, he fell into religion, trying to appease God's anger, trying to follow some routine, rituals, forgiveness, because he was trapped into religion, trying to appeal God with the works of his hand. Come out of that religion that is based on fear. Write it down. Let's start from there. Come out of that religion that is based on fear into the righteousness of Christ and a vibrant relationship of the living God. So you can walk at your peaceful, because you can never create peace when you don't have peace. You cannot create joy when you don't have joy, and you're supposed to be in charge. As I come out of that religion that is based on fear. Anything that has a fear of fear is not from God. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of sound mind. Come out of that religion that is based on fear into a righteousness of Christ and a vibrant relationship with the living God. Because for you to be able to create as a Christian, okay, you need to have a peace with your God, that what I'm doing now is God's will for my life. I'm making the right choice. I can decide, I can think. So you must come out of fear first. Come out of fear. You have not given the spirit of fear, but of sound mind. So come out of that religion that is based on fear into the righteousness of Christ and a vibrant relationship based on the living God. So because the reason you have to come out of it is because you have been translated from darkness into the marvelous light. And why am I telling you these things? Because most of us have accepted Christ. Most of you are already Christian, you go to church, but you're still having fear. God, am I doing your will? Am I making the best choice of my life in business, in relationship? I mean, you are still afraid. Why? Because nobody has sat you down to tell you that there are so many things you could do right. There are so many things I could do right, and few things I could do wrong. And I'll tell you the few things today you can do wrong, and focus on the right ones. You don't have mistakes. You don't have any bother to worry yourself whether what you're producer, entrepreneur, whether it will sell or not. But when you begin to consider it, that's where the problem comes from. So, okay, don't write this one, but listen to me. Some people that are practicing religion, they have a list of things you can do wrong and a very few things you can do right. God's purpose and plan for man is to base on the relationship of the righteousness of Christ and the righteousness of faith. That means it's not of works. Forget about works now. Just believe that because Christ came to die for you, that you're righteous. So you can start living at peace with him. So things can start working. Just believe that your righteousness is not what we are looking for right now. You must accept the righteousness of Christ. And that is the truth. You want to be a Christian entrepreneur and believe that by faith that you are saved. And that is the thing that will help you, because God garden is a relationship. I told you to write that one yesterday. Yes or yes? God garden is what? A relationship. We stopped at that statement. We said God's garden is a relationship with the right range of spectrum of human choices that you can make and decide, and you still be the will of God for your family, for your life, and for your business. We stopped there yesterday. Yes or yes? Yes. Let's write this one right now today. One tree will deliver the knowledge of good and evil. One tree will deliver the knowledge of good and evil and make your conscience of good and evil be avoided. One tree will deliver. One tree, that's the one I want to come to more details about it, so that from this day onward, your life become better for you. One tree will deliver the knowledge of good and evil and make your conscience of good and evil to be alert, and you need to avoid it. One tree will deliver the knowledge of good and evil, and will make your conscience of good and evil to be alert, and it needs to be avoided. That tree needs to be avoided. I'll come to the tree today. So one tree will deliver, only one tree, the knowledge of good and evil, and make your conscience to be alert on good and evil, and it should be avoided. It should be avoided. If you go make your conscience they beat, okay, avoid it. That's why I said, get a thinking change to create as a creator, as an entrepreneur. Everything you can see and touch as an entrepreneur was once an idea in the mind of an entrepreneur. Then an idea, because you're a creative being. So you need to create. The problem why people think and they have ideas and thoughts, but they're not able to act on the ideas. They're not able to put action. It's because of this thing called knowledge of good and evil. You are trying to categorize everything between good and evil. That's what will paralyze you. Too much analysis leads to paralysis. Yes or yes? You want to analyze everything in your life. That's why you cannot take action now. Before you finish analyzing everything, good and evil, you're already paralyzed. You cannot take the action again. That's why many people are struggling today as an entrepreneur. God gives you $1 billion idea. You are supposed to act on it 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. But today, you are still saying, I go do am. Let me make fly or never fly. I go do am. Procrastination leads to, of course, destruction. But once you procrastinate, you will not have the capacity to take action again. So, looking at one tree that will deliver knowledge of good and evil and will make your conscience to be alert on good and evil should be avoided. So let's write this one. I'm going to come down more into it. The problem of consciousness of good and evil is to categorize everything. Write it now. The problem of consciousness of good and evil leads to categorizing everything as good or evil. And that's a problem. We need to look at things, but I'll tell you the problem. We need to, when your mind is it good or evil? That is a wahala. You should not be bad. What you bother about now? Is it fulfilling God's purpose for my life? Is it my calling? Is it my destiny? Is it fulfillment? This is what you should bother about. Not good and evil should not be your problem. I said the problem of consciousness of good and evil leads to categorizing everything as good and evil, which leads to confusing good and evil and ultimately choose evil over good. Full stop. That's what happened to Adam and Eve now. If you just avoid that tree, forget about this thing that is making your conscience beat up and down. Don't look at that particular tree. Focus on the every and freely that God dressed the garden, named the animal. Now he's beginning to worry. Is it good and evil? Well, if I sleep with this man now, that thing is already inside of your instinct. If I sleep with this woman now, is when you begin to battle with yourself, good and evil, okay? Pause, hold on, keep it, make it calm down. Go and do other things first. Come back, your mind don't. I can say when you are being evil, okay? If you stay on that plan, bet you will choose evil over good. Let me give you the note the way I wrote it down. The problem of consciousness of good and evil leads to categorizing everything as good or evil. You want to categorize everything between good and evil. Now they want to start. Read the book that say poor men choose either or wealthy men choose everything. That is think and glory. No, the secret of the millionaire's mind. You read that book, shall I? So you don't say we need everything. You don't either or. Say the problem of consciousness of good and evil leads to categorizing everything as good or evil, which leads to confusing good and evil and ultimately choosing evil over good. Full stop. I'll come back again. The problem of consciousness, the problem of consciousness of good and evil leads to categorizing everything as good or evil. If you have written that one down, shall I? When you're in the place of thinking, God put one compass in our body called conscience. Conscience. If they want to remove meat from your mother's pot, your conscience will tell you. If they want to do anything bad, it will tell you. But if you ignore it and begin to deliberate on it, is it good or bad? At the end of the analyzing the thing, you do the bad one. You see this fine baby with fine bonbon and curves and everything. You on your mind, they tell you, say, man, this thing will offend God. You are there watching, speaking in tongues, okay? Even if you speak in tongues, I'm telling you, if you speak in tongues, they make love now for you. Maybe today now, you're not informed. And now you want to backbite somebody. You want to gossip. Your mind don't think this is a bad thing. You are now looking for a way to justify it. Let me first do me the bad thing. I go do a bad thing. The moment you begin to analyze good and evil, you fall into evil. That's what happened to learn from this thing now. That is why you should, anything that causes you to analyze good and evil, pause. Then pause them. Go and focus on every and freely thing. God said, dress the garden, name the animal. Be busy doing things that has to do with purpose. Purpose. Begin to think about how to combat chase and table from a tree. Think about how to combat, how to get things from your thoughts. Talk about pause it. You cannot stop evil bird from flying over your head, but you can stop him from perching on your head. You cannot stop evil thoughts from flying over your mind. You cannot stop it, but you can stop dwelling on that evil thought. You can stop it. You have the power. Say, I have the power. Say, I have the power of choice. This is where I want to have. He says your power of choice. You can decide what to feed your mind, what to pay attention to, who to pay attention to, because the world that we live in is full of distraction. Billboard, radio advert, Facebook, Instagram, wife, husband, children, church, community, distraction everywhere. You should ignore the distraction and decide for yourself, because you are in charge. Tell them I'm in charge. Tell them I'm a success. Tell them I'm a millionaire. So focus on making millions. Leave problems alone. Ignore them. Be focused on your intention. I said the problem of consciousness of good and evil leads to categorizing everything as what? Good or evil. Which leads to what? Confusing good and evil. Confusing good and evil. And ultimately choosing evil over good. If you have written that one down, shall I? I would have just simply prepared a slide and present to you, but no. I want you to write 1 or 2 points down, because you must participate in your transformational process. And the list of participation is to write. And you cannot participate, okay? You cannot be transformed, you'll be reformed. What we are looking for a transformational leader. Until you grow, everything will grow. If you don't grow, nothing will grow. See, wealth does not exceed personal development. Yesterday, me and Mr. Clifford went to see one millionaire in this town. The guy was bombing, but when we went to his office, every day was gradually going down. He asked me, okay, what happened? I said, can't you see that this man's wealth grow beyond his growth? That means the man was working on his career, not on the carrier. So because of the wealth has grown beyond him, the old him will start sabotaging the wealth. So if you start reducing that wealth to his standard again. Yeah, over the weekend, I listened to one man of God from Port Harcourt, Pastor DM. I was just passing through my website and my Facebook. I just saw the man talking. The man said, this Baba that used to cut his hair. This Baba, you know, he used to come to his house and do home service. So the Baba gave him a nice haircut. Each time you go to Sunday service here, the members would tell him, oh, Papa, you're looking good. I like your haircut. Other than the other Baba that was cutting your. So over some time, he was moved to bless the young man. He told him, okay, take me to your shop. He went and showed him his shop. The shop was one corner at Rumasi, around Rumasi. So the pastor said, okay, move from Rumasi, come to GRA, where the Salvation Ministry is, so that he can bring his friends to come there and barb. The man opened a big barbing shop for the guy, imported chairs of barbing chairs, barbing clippers, everything, furnished with AC, and then give it to the young man. Guess what happened? After the year, after the rent expired, the young man sold everything and went back to Rumasi. Once, that means he grew the man's capacity without his ability. His ability did not grow. So the man reduced everything to his size and go back to dirty environment he stayed. I went and asked the young man, what happened? He said, there's no customer there. That place is not a good location. So now Rumasi better pass GRA for Port Harcourt. I don't understand because his brain did not grow. Pastor increased. Let's say give a man that have never grown millions of naira. The man reduced the millions to his size before he begin get sense. I say a millionaire is who you become. Millions is what you have. If you give somebody a millions of naira, he did not become a millionaire. He reduced it. So what we should do is to grow the capacity and the ability of the man. We don't lack resources anyway in life. We only lack resourceful men. All of us are all multi-billionaires, but you need to grow. Tell anybody, you need to grow. You need to grow mentally. You need to grow thinking. Because if you don't grow and see, what happen to you, you begin to do what people do. What people do, they blame everybody for their responsibility. They do what Adam did now. God is not me. It's not me. It's Tinubu. It's economy. It's my father. I'm from a poor background. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. That's a new thing, man. That's what poor people do. Stop blaming and complaining. Poor people do that. That's why they're not successful. See, what is happening to you is happening for you. Yes or yes? You need to learn. They don't learn. God can never pick a man from pit to pinnacle without a process. There's no process. He cannot be from pit to pinnacle. You must pass. It's not picture of Israel from Egypt to the Canaan land. They must pass through wilderness. There's no wilderness. You cannot born today and become a medical doctor tomorrow. You must pass through school, medical school. Yes or yes? You cannot born today. You move from here to become a lawyer. You must pass through law school. Yes or yes? Process is what sustains the result. There's no result. A lot of people don't want to pass a process. You may talk. Okay, before you get the money, grow yourself. If you have the money and you not grow yourself, okay, I give you just 5 years too much. 3 years, you will lose all the money to yourself. Win lottery now, win coupon, win Niger date, win all those things. I give you 3 years. The man will reduce that money to his size. I bet you because he did not grow himself. Tell the man, come and grow yourself. Say, I don't. Okay, if you grow yourself, everything will grow. Your money will grow. Your relationship will grow. Your business will grow. Everything will grow. You will not be making mistakes again. Why you are making mistakes is that you don't know. If you know it, you will not make mistakes. Okay, there is fire here. I say, come and put your hand. Will you put your hand? No, because you know, say it will burn you. But if you don't know, like small children don't know, they will put their hand ignorant. They're not ignorant. Okay, poverty starts in the mind, settles in the pocket. Wealth starts in the mind, settles in the pocket. The only that change the mind before the pocket is knowledge. Tell knowledge. Okay, you must know something. On Friday, tell on Friday. Premium value of I will show you something. Once you understand, you start operating at the 4th dimension. And your life becomes easier. You don't go worry again. Everything happen around you. You'll be in charge. Life will not happen to you again. You will happen to life. Tell them, I must happen to life. Let life shock you. Make life a shock. Say, boy, you don't understand this guy. I hate you being a victim of circumstance. I'm the victim of situation. No, you shouldn't be a victim. Say, I'm a victor. As an entrepreneur, stop being needy. Stop being needy. You need information to give you power. See, information gives you confidence. You're not confident. Listen to me, don't write this one. In the beginning, serpent convinced Adam that good outcome can come out of evil deeds. How is that possible? This is what I'm telling you. Write it down. Write it down. In the beginning, serpent convinced Adam that good outcome can come out of evil deeds. Good outcome can never come out of evil deeds. Take it all through the scripture. Take it all through life. Good outcome can never come out of evil deeds. It can never come out of it. It can never come out of it. Good outcome can never come out of evil deeds. It can never. So whenever something convinces you that this quarreling, that something good can come out of quarrel. But that nothing good has ever come out of quarrel. Nothing good has ever come out of quarrel. Nothing good has ever come out of trouble. Nothing good has ever come out of any violence relationship. Nothing good. They will beat you and beat you, come out your 2 teeth from out. You don't understand. This I'm telling you now. Nothing good. I said in the beginning, Satan convinced Adam that good outcome can come out of evil deeds. It can never. Adam partook in it, and his whole life from that point forward was distorted. Worldview was distorted and tinted by all sorts of corrosion, defilement of his conscience. That's the problem. So anytime you are in this between good and evil, okay, pause. Then pause. Pause. So don't write this one down, because original design was for man to live in innocent obedience with him. You cannot enjoy a relationship you are afraid to offend. Write this one down. I think let's put it down. God's original design was that man should live in an innocent obedience of relationship with him. Innocent obedience. That was God's plan for man. That man should live in an innocent obedient relationship with him. Innocent obedient relationship, full stop. You cannot enjoy a relationship when you are afraid to offend. That's what I'm talking about. Let that fear leave you. How will fear leave you? Is that you must know that you are not working under course. That's why I give you the training. Because most of us are entrepreneurs, but you are still afraid whether you succeed or not. That is the problem. Don't be afraid. Once fear comes in, watch it very well. You're going to sink. See, Peter was walking on water now. Immediately he looked at the storms. He began to sink now. Let's put vertical. So stop looking at fear. What could go wrong? I said you cannot enjoy a relationship when you are afraid to offend. You can never enjoy a relationship, business, career, marriage, anything relationship as an entrepreneur when you are afraid to offend. When what is bothering you is that will I do wrong thing? Will I do wrong thing? That is a very wrong relationship to stay as an entrepreneur. You can, if you are selling to your customer, you're afraid. Hey, will you like that thing I said to him? Okay, you are already failing. That customer will not like it. Once you are selling clothes to somebody, shoe. Once you are cutting somebody, say. Once you are making something for somebody, and you are afraid whether the person will like it or not. Okay, let me tell you the truth about life. The person will not like it because you are your life. Anything you think, your life is a creation of your thoughts. Whether you know it or not, that's why you must be aware. Then awareness. I say you can never enjoy a relationship when you are afraid to offend. Is that good or very good? Write it down. There is no fear in love. Write it down. There is no fear in love. So I want you to bring to that point of you being at peace, that whatever I'm doing is for my own good. Whatever I'm doing, that God is with me. I'm going to give some scriptures around down. So you can understand that as an entrepreneur, you are being empowered to make a choice. So make the choice. Be fine. Make a choice. I said you can never enjoy a relationship when you are afraid to offend. Full stop. There is no fear in perfect love. There is no fear in perfect love. And perfect love casts out fear. Perfect love casts out fear. So you cannot be telling me that I'm working with you, that me and you are doing business, you are part of my mastermind, and you are afraid to come to my office. None of my mastermind is afraid to come to my office. Ambassador ID, are you afraid to come to my office? Yeah, Ambassador Bombian, are you afraid to come to my office? They are not afraid. They are not afraid. They are not afraid to come to my office. Okay, now, I say, all of us that are children, I can enter my father's bedroom right now, my father's bedroom, carry his clothes, wear them. He will not be laughing at me. Because why? I'm his child. We have so many houseboys in my house. They cannot enter my father's bedroom. I can enter my bedroom, remove his briefcase, open them. I say, I have 3 children. Even last night, the last one entered the room, entered the mom's, where my wife keeps her credential. We were just gisting my wife. I don't know, so that boy don't go that place. He dragged the drawer, scattered the thing for ground. Chai, oh, we look at like this, small picking now. Now I'm picking, we don't kill him. Make the man come do that thing. You go first answer question. What are you doing in my room? What are you doing? See, the problem is that when you are afraid, you are in a wrong relationship. You are in a wrong relationship. You are in a wrong relationship. When you are afraid, you are not supposed to be there. Pause. Then pause. Whether in business, in Christianity, anything. I say, if you know you're in a good relationship, is that when what you are doing is more than what you can do wrong. That's when you know. So I say there is no fear in perfect love. Perfect love casts out fear. Write this one down. Religion is a horrible relationship. Religion is a horrible relationship. Religion is a horrible relationship. Eggshell. Walking on an eggshell. That's what religion does. So I tell you, move from religion to relationship. That is what God wants. Perfect. Check it now. God doesn't care about. God care about his personal relationship with you. That's why he came not to talk from a distance again. as he did in the Old Testament. Not that he came in the pistol and began to walk with man of it. No, he died to live in me and you. That means we this mortal body, this container house divinity. It's not divinity. God wants to have a relationship. That's why you need to have a thinking chair. It's not thinking chair. You need to think on a way by you off your phone, off internet, off everything, and sit down. Pick a life of your life, career, finances, relationships. Sit down and say, God, talk to me. Begin to write. You begin the kind of ideas you get, thinking, the kind of thoughts will enter your mind. It will blow you so much. Tell God, I want to be a billionaire. You deposit something in me, please help me discover that. See, once you, I say, go to your house, any place in your house, get a chair, any chair at all is fine. Get a corner. Tell your wife, tell them, please, when I sit on this corner, nobody should talk about, nobody should disturb me. All you need on that corner is a journal, tell a journal, and a Bible. Begin to design your life. You are the architect of your life. You are a creator. Tell I'm a creator. I will take you there on Friday. Tell on Friday. I will take you there on Friday at the 4th dimension. So that you begin to walk in significance. Without happening around you, you are no more afraid. I say you will start happening to life. That life will be amazed. This guy is supernatural. This guy is having so much, but it's not. It's awareness. It's an awareness. An application of what you know. Wisdom is just awareness and application of what you know. So if you know something and you don't do it, you don't know it. If you know something and don't do it, you don't know it. Until you know something and do it, that means you know something. So knowing is not enough. You must take action. Then action. That's why people say, "Marry on board." Why didn't you take action? Mass one back spirit me. Why? Oh my God! Don't you know that there is a problem that is holding you back, and that problem is laziness. You know, laziness. Because you are used to complaining, and it disables your mind. You know, disable your mind. So I said that religion is a horrible relationship because it's like walking on an eggshell. And you are walking very lightly because you are afraid that your next move must crack the eggshell, must crack the shell. And it generates a response which is either mood silence or abuse or physical abuse. When a person is in the kind of this relationship, he doesn't have freedom, no liberty, no joy, no peace, and he will break the eggshell. That's the thing. So why people go into business? They started opening a shop. After 1 month, they say, okay, whether it's the will of God that I should do this shop business. Okay, once you begin to think that in pause, leave that thought like that. Go and start working on what you could do right. What you could do right. Before you come back to that thought, it has disappeared. If you stay on it, very soon you convince yourself that's not the will of God for your life. And that's the truth. That's where confusion comes. That you are comparing good and evil. That good and evil, you obey evil. The real thing in the garden was not just the fruit. The real thing was obedience. Then obedient. The real sin was that they were dwelling on good and evil in their mind, and they decided to do the evil. That's why they kicked them out of the garden, the promise of God for man. So too, we want to do business, we want to do a shoe, sew clothes, do anything, pilot. You want to be a medical doctor, stop thinking. What is that? How can I use this, my medicine and surgery, to serve other people? To know other people. How can I use my talent to serve other people? How can I use my idea to serve other people? How can I use my thought to serve other people? How can I live a fulfilled life? Focus on destiny. Occupy your mind on purpose. Occupy your mind on calling. Okay, we need to occupy your mind with positive things. Your life will become better. Occupy your mind with negative things. Evil things. Okay, let me tell you the way you start doing evil. I have a grandma that used to tell me, my grandma, I don't know how to say this online, sorry, that is what I am. And he said, that's what the grandma used to say. Because whenever a goat go to that, what mama, he said, Oro, let me tell you something. Very soon, this goat will chop his abre. We asked grandma, why did he come with that ideology? He said that whenever you behold something for a long time, you become what you behold. Whether it's the word of God, you transform. Whether it's evil, you transform. Whether it's bad, you transform. So beholding evil thing and think you will not do it, you are lying to yourself. It's called ignorance, because you never know. Once you behold evil for a long time, you are transformed. Live in a poor environment. I give you 1 year. You need to think like them. Live in a wealthy environment. Before you know, you need to live that. Okay, Jim Rohn says you are the average of 5 of your friends. Yes or yes? Somebody says it's not 5, it's 6. You didn't count it from the beginning the correct way. That means there are already 6 people there. You are already the 6th person. So you are in a environment that about millions, ideas, concepts, creativity. Okay, without time you begin to live like them. So you are keeping yourself in a relationship that is not empowering you. Okay, you don't need liability again in 2024. What you need is asset. Tell no asset. You need quality relationship. Tell no quality relationship. Why most of you are struggling? You are in a bad relationship. The relationship don't kill you. No joy, no peace. And you are still telling me you are what? Oh, you're not informed. I'm taking to somewhere today. So you can know that any business you want to go into, you have the power to make a choice. Tell make a choice. All you need is to think. Tell not think. Don't not think. Make the best choices and decide. Tell not decide. That's the 3 things you need to do. So, and I would like us to write this one down. It's very important. God wanted man to have an innocent relationship with him, not a religion or a horrible relationship. God wanted man to have an innocent relationship with him and not a religion and not a horrible relationship. So I want to tell you yesterday about spiritual activity you should perform: reading, meditation, reading the word of God, teaching people about Christ. I will talk about that later. Let's see how far we can go. I said God wanted us to have an innocent relationship with him, not a religion or a horrible relationship. So, and you will know if you are growing in love for business, ideas, God's works and all of that. Anytime there is no fear, there is no fear. That's how you know. Anytime there is no fear, continue. Whenever you want to be afraid, okay, hold on. Don't continue, hold on, pause, and then go back and think after 2 hours, 3 hours. That's always someone want to offend you. Don't react, respond. Tell not respond. Respond means that nobody will make me do otherwise. This is my life, this is my standard, my core values. You already design your life. You have a personal standard because you must be a personal brand to build a global brand. If you are not a personal brand, it will be difficult to build a global brand. If you cannot discipline yourself, it's not to run a company and discipline other people. So self-discipline is powerful. Tell not powerful. Self-discipline, tell yourself what you want to do, even when nobody feels like doing it. Discipline is not punishment. What did I say? This is the capacity of your mind to control your body to do what you say you do, even when you don't feel like doing it. So don't write this one, listen to me. And we fear the Lord because we are in religion, and we deny ourselves the authority to take the responsibility God gives to us. Therefore, we have to love relationship based on we have to love relationship without fear, because religion comes with fear. Religion is a fear-based relationship. Religion is a fear-based relationship. So you need to let go of religion. So I was going to go to creating your world. I don't know. I have 10 things you need to do to create your world. So if I get to 10 things you need to do, I want to see the original plan. The original plan before we go to the creating your world. Let me see how many minutes I have. Let me see. Okay, 3 minutes. Let me just talk about the original plan. The original plan. Let's look at the original plan. The original plan is to make a choice. Is to use your brain to make decision as an entrepreneur. The original plan. Let's look at the original plan, and we should go back and start working on the original plan, because the foundation makes the world better. If the foundation is faulty, what can the righteous do? Nothing. So original plan is that the world will reflect Adam. The world, our world, will reflect Adam. The world will reflect Adam. Will reflect Adam. That means my world should reflect me. That means we see everything in this world today, the internet, the car, is man's creation. Man created everything. You can see and touch your shoe. Is man's creation. Yes or yes? The chair you are sitting down today is man's creation. Yes or yes? So the original plan was that everything on earth, starting from naming the animal, is Adam's idea. Starting from tending the garden is Adam's idea. The original plan that the world will reflect Adam. So if I go to creating your world in marriage, career, how do you need to create your world? I'll show you how to do that perfectly fine. So you can make the best choices to create your world right now. If that will start working for you. On Friday, I'm going to show you on the Premium Value Offer how to walk in that fourth dimension effortlessly. That's why anywhere you go, things start happening. Anything your hand touch turns to gold. Even when there's chaos, you enter, the peace comes and down with it. Because you are working with the consciousness that you're in the fourth dimension. I'm going to take and give you 45 minutes training on fourth dimension. It's going to change your life. That is where you should live. You should not be living on the first dimension, of course, on the second or the third. That is where the common men live. You are not a common man. Say, I'm a champion. Say, I'm a millionaire. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a success. There's a realm you are supposed to function. And if you don't understand, you cannot function in that realm. And that realm is for supernatural. When you begin to create things, when you're supposed to happen to your world, and your world will never happen to you. Where circumstances will not happen to you. In your organ, depending on no, you should know. You have been given the power to know. They don't know. No. So the original plan is that the world should reflect man, and man should reflect God. That was the thing. The original plan was that the world we live should reflect man, and man should reflect God, and Adam should reflect God. Adam should reflect God. Adam should reflect. Adam should reflect. Whenever you see Adam, you see God. That's what I told you. God created man in his image and likeness. Whenever you see a man, you see the image of God and likeness of God. You should act like God. That is when you should act like your father. You are not acting like your father. You are acting too small. Your father is not a complainer. Your father is not a murmurer. Your father is complaining. But why are you complaining? Where do you learn it from? You learn it from religion. And that's the truth. So we must take you from that religion to a relationship. To a relationship. So that whenever you want to produce as an entrepreneur, funny enough, all these unbelievers who are not even born again, when they want to produce anything, they are not afraid. They are not afraid. They know that this thing will sell. This will work for me. And they're not afraid. Listen to the entrepreneurs talk. They are so crazy to think they will change the world. Only those that dare to think that they will change the world are changing the world. You must be crazy enough to think you can change the world. You must be crazy enough. If you're not crazy enough to think you can change, you cannot change your world. I'm going to give you a word, how you create your world. All your world. It's going to be an interesting section by tomorrow. Let me just finish up with this original plan. An original plan. Original plan that world should reflect man and man should reflect God. Full stop. If you are with me, shall I? Your world is meant to reflect you. Write it down. Even if you have not written everything to the online community, write it for me. Your world is meant to reflect you. Your marriage should reflect you. That means if everybody is like you in this marriage, will this marriage work? If the answer is yes, that's the right thing. If everybody is like you in this business, will this business work? If everybody is doing the what you are doing, will you make money? If the answer is yes, if you know that everybody in your team should do what you are doing, that they will not make money, okay? You are doing the wrong thing. I said your world is meant to reflect you. So when you're telling me, I want a good man for marriage, you should be a good woman. I want a good woman, you should be a good man. It's not about I want. Are you the right person? I want the right person. Okay, Mr. Right must be right first. Are you getting the joke right now? So that is how your world. If you're the wrong person, you always attract wrong people into your life. You are a complainer. Watch your power. Everybody around you will be complaining. This I'm telling you, just start complaining. Everybody, your father, your mother, yourself. Born a song. That's how we are bringing. But start giving time, live in gratitude. Tell us gratitude. Watch and see what happens. Everyone will be showing gratitude. So your world is meant to reflect you. That is why God gave man dominion on earth over everything that crippled on the face of the earth. Adam was meant to reflect everything on the world, also reflected. And God wanted Adam to have all the things, and He created that He created. So He can have all of Adam. That's all He wanted. God never intended to exercise direct rule on this planet Earth. He only wants man to be a king of this earth, and He is the king of a man's heart. That's what He wanted. God only wants to be a king in your heart. Why you are supposed to be a king over territories, mountain, valleys, and oceans? Be in charge. I just want to take your heart. God created the flowers and the trees and the cattle and the bird for man to be official steward, manager, leaseholder, and the realm of his powers and dominion. So I want to take us by tomorrow. I'll just jump to direct creating your world. God's plan was that the world will reflect man, and why man will reflect God. If you refuse to reflect God, then the world will cease to reflect the beauty of God in your life. Your world is meant to reflect you. So, are you supposed to think of creating? Okay, write this one now. You are supposed to think of creating your own world. Write it now. You are supposed to be thinking of creating your own world. That is why you have to think every time of creating your own world. That is your work. Your work is to think to create a world, because your world is supposed to be a reflection of you. You are supposed to be thinking every day, how do I create something that will solve problems for other people? Value. If you're not thinking about value, okay, you're sabotaging yourself. If you're thinking about working to collect salary, you're wasting time. You're thinking about how to just make money, chop, pay bills, and die. You're wasting time. You must be able to think how to create something that is useful to others to get fulfillment, destiny, purpose, and calling. This is the will of God for man. Man is supposed to fulfill calling. Man is supposed to fulfill destiny. If you're not fulfilling destiny, you're wasting your time on it. Stop wasting your time. Start thinking how to create something to solve for other people. I know it's 9 o'clock. I know, Baba. Let me just give one or two things by tomorrow. Okay, let's just start here tomorrow. Tomorrow. Tomorrow I will only focus on creating your world. It's a 45-minute training. I don't want to rush you, so that after tomorrow you should be able to create your world in finance, in relationship, in business. Don't be taken by surprise. Why didn't you want to fail? Why didn't you ask question? Let's people just look for who to blame for their fault, and it's common with poor people. Okay, Tinubu is my turn. Today is the president. Tinubu is my turn to succeed. It's my turn to succeed. Stop telling your world that you don't know what to do to succeed. It's not really unfair. Anyway, that's what we can solve today. Tomorrow, please, you have been struggling. You don't know how to handle certain things in your life, your finances, your marriage, your relationship, your business. You have been struggling. It's just ignorant that is a problem. There's nothing wrong with you. Tell anyone, nothing is wrong with you. Tell anyone you are more than enough. Tell anyone you are a king. Tell anyone you are a champion. No, tell anyone I am a champion. Tell anyone I'm a success. All we need is awareness. And awareness. What awareness? All this giddy. You have been doing giddy from January, February, March, April. Okay, May now. Tell you May. You've not gotten the kind of money you need. Can't you see something is missing? Something is missing. It's just a round hole in a round peg. A square peg, a square in a square peg. I mean, a square hole in a square peg. Put a square peg in a square hole. It's finished. You don't need one information. Ideas rules the world. One idea, some things are taught, some things are caught. One idea you catch now, your life don't become better. So I want to take you to that level, and I'll finish the whole package on Friday. Then on Friday, I want to take you to that fourth dimension. How we could sit down. I sat down with my people. I tell them I'm going to make 100 million. I showed them how to do the 100 million. I draw it to them. I think it's going to take me 1 year, and I made the 100 million. Then I'm going to make 500 million. I have a billion. I drew it down. I wrote it down. I said, "Where's put it?" Yeah, what you say? You must design your life. As I design my own, I'll teach you what I did. Design. You have the same power. You have the same power and authority. So I have the power and authority. You are not using it because you are afraid. Yeah, someone's going to go to my bed. Saying, "Yeah, I don't go." Then not tomorrow. It's simple. As they are passing through the thing, challenges will come. Big challenges like this will come to stop you from creating your world. Big one. Is you want to kill you. What doesn't kill you make you stronger. What you are passing through is not meant to kill you, is to make you stronger. Say, I'm stronger. So I will tell you tomorrow. So it's just because you are so afraid to fail. It's part of success. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Failure is part of success. It's the ingredient of it's no inside. You overcome. You are an overcomer. Thank you so much. I don't know why I'm talking like this. I'm not like this. So online community, please don't get involved in a business without a mentor. You know why? Mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. Take it to bank. You know why? It's not a must you take it to. He that stand on the shoulder of mentors with Sifa. See you tomorrow. See you at the top. God bless you. God bless you, Rigo. So for the rest of us here, so sorry, I'm taking 7 minutes of your time. I'm not always like that, you know. Sometimes it happens that the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. So with the whole lamb, tell the whole lamb, with the whole lamb, with the whole lamb, with the whole lamb, make the thing no vibrate. Again, where like you run, so you are in charge. So I want to be sure I'm not talking to children. I'm talking to mommy. So check your notes. What is your take home today? It cannot be under this kind of training and you're not taking anything home. That means your mind was not here. You're absent-minded. So you also come back, check your notes. What did you learn today? Maybe only one thing, maybe two, maybe three.